Okay, hi. My camera is positioned to be able to see my hands for the America the Beautiful. So without me having to touch the camera, we're just kind of looking down at me funny right now. So just very quickly, this is the only instruction video that I'm going to do is for America the Beautiful, because the play-alongs that I've provided for Love Me Do and for How Great Thou Art are phenomenal. They're wonderful play-alongs to play along with, rhythmically, strumming pattern, all of the above is in there, and it really gives you a full feel and flow of the song. So just kind of keep that in mind. He does not explicitly tell you on Love Me Do what the strum pattern is. So let's review that very, very quickly together. Okay. You've got your G here, and we are doing the down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up. Okay. Stop. Love me do. Okay. So just kind of keep that in mind, that for that particular video, we have that true down, down, up pattern. But the way that he plays it, all of that, we may even use that video in the concert and just play along with it because it's phenomenal. It's got the harmonica part in it that we were all talking about, and the flow is just great. So that one we definitely need to use as a play along. How Great Thou Art, she goes through it and teaches it, and she has all the professional microphones, so it would be better than what I could do for you guys in the corner of my bedroom. And so following along with her, she is truly doing the down, down, up strum pattern, and it's slower though. So as you're going through that, it's just very important that you go slow, down, down, up, down, down, up. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. Sorry, I'm hoarse right now. Okay, so that's just a very slow, calm. We're not even gonna, I think she goes even faster than what we will do, and we will keep it really slow and really calm because it's worshipful, but we also want to enjoy the process of strumming that. So for America the Beautiful, I just kind of want to let you know a couple of things. We have gone through all of the notes on these strings, and we have looked at tablatures, and we've looked at written music, and obviously this is a tab sheet. So this is a true tab sheet of what you would see. And so it's different. And so there's some things that you want to kind of think about when it comes to finger picking, and you're a beginner, okay? So even I do not finger pick a lot. And so as I would approach this, I'm probably going to use my thumb for most things. But all of the notes that we are playing in this song are either on the D, G, B, or E. And quite frankly, we only have one note that comes up on the E, and I think only like two notes, sorry, on the D string. The most of the song is on the G and the B string. And so that should be reassuring for you, that there's really not that much to have to do. The other thing is to remember that if you're picking any notes on the first fret, use the first finger, second fret, second finger, third finger, third fret, third finger. That way you're getting used to that walking. You can also approach this the way that we discussed from that G and doing the G scale of just walking up your scale. Oh. Maybe that's how you start your warm up. Okay. If you want to, You can also warm up all of the notes that you're going to play using your D and do a D scale. But D scale has a C sharp and an F sharp in there, so you kind of have to know it's a little bit different in the sense that we'd be playing a 2 and a 4, so we'd be reaching all the way out here on that D string for that. There's your C sharp. Reach all the way out there. So those are ways that you could kind of warm up and use as scales as a way of just getting your brain thinking about notes and how you play them and the frets and things of that nature. So with this, with finger picking, you kind of have a choice. You can just use your thumb, because some people will just have a pick and they're picking with that. Or you can rest each finger on the strings that you're going to play, okay? And some would say, oh, this is definitely how you have to have it. And I told you that whenever we were doing chords, right? That we would kind of change up your pattern. But those are typically how you would play or do, especially if you were going to play, you know, the chords. So for this particular song, you know, we could beautiful for spacious sky. Right? You could do that, and you could just finger pick. Sorry, I think I'm out of tune. We're not, that's not the plan. It's for us is to actually play the notes. But if you're just wanting to do these exercises to get your fingers moving, doing this strumming that we've talked about and having those fingers resting on the G and the B string can be really helpful. But as you're actually picking through the song, if you just decide, no, I'm just going to use my thumb and I'm going to bounce, that's okay too. I just kind of want to give you permission, okay, to do this, because I'll be honest, whenever I pick this, I use my thumb. It's how I'm most comfortable. But I've been sitting here practicing, trying to get all 3 fingers going, and it, for whatever reason, confuses my mind more. Probably because I don't do a lot of picking. I don't really use the guitar unless I'm leading music, and so I'm just strumming always. But my husband would definitely use all 3 fingers because he's quite used to doing that. And so the more you play it, the more you do it, the more skilled you get at doing it. For this concert, our job is to just try to get the notes up here and focus more on this, less down here of what we're doing. That's a technique thing that you develop over time. So just kind of keep that in mind as we do it, okay? Okay, here we go. Very slow, very slow. We're going to kind of do this together, but you do go ahead and get your 2 ready because you're going to use that, and it's already placed and ready to go. Sorry. Oh, sorry. 2, 3. Now, if we get through one time only and that's all we get, that's fine. But ultimately, we would like to go back to the top and do the whole thing again. Okay? It's fine. What we get done is what we get done. And try to work through that. So even though I made some mistakes, let's do it again. Let's do it again because, practice makes perfect. Ready and go. 2, 3. 2, 3. Sorry. 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, we did it twice through. Mistakes were made. We keep going. We don't stop. You just always keep moving as you do that. Now, some would say, okay, Stephanie, you're not the best picker in the world. Why are you teaching our kids how to do this? Because it is a skill. And the point of a beginner guitar class is to introduce you to different kinds of skills. I'm not an expert guitar player. I am beginner to intermediate. I would say I'm an intermediate guitar player. I can lead a worship band. I can lead a church service. I can do all that very comfortably from a guitar. I have no problem strumming, singing along, and doing all that with it. But I'm not a skilled picker, like going to be on an electric guitar shredding my way through a concert. Not it. That's not me. But that doesn't mean that I don't expose your child to the different kinds of ways of reading music. And guitar is different. It has its own language with tablature, as we're seeing with this, and strum patterns and things of that nature. So it's one of those things that beginning guitar is our function and focus of the year is rhythm and strumming and chord building. But we wanted to introduce some note reading and tablature. And that was something I was very clear with the kids that we were going to do. So this is our way of intermittently throwing that in. I have a backup plan for everything. And so, if things aren't working, we will still make this happen. It'll still be our song and we will adjust it to make it work for us. But we have 5 more weeks. I'm fully believing that kids can do this. Just go very slow. I have spent about 10 minutes here practicing this myself and I was able to do it. Was it perfect? No. If I practice, would it be better? Absolutely. And it'll be really good by the time we get to concert. But that's for anybody. Okay. So just keep that in mind that this is supposed to be for exposure and experience and that these are beginning guitar players. And so we want a lot of grace and a lot of love. Okay. I'll see you guys in a week. Happy spring break. I'll see you later. Thanks.